Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to explore resource data sync. In my previous video, we have scanned our EC2 instances and see the data into that particular member accounts. Now we are going to explore resource data sync and how that particular resource is useful to gather scanning data across multiple AWS accounts into one centralized S3 bucket. So let's get started. So now we are going to learn resource data sync. So when you click on Fleet Manager, and here you will see the functionality called resource data sync, which is very useful when you are working at the enterprise level. So here if you see resource data sync, you can create resource data sync. So here you can see resource data syncs let you sync inventory data to Amazon S3. So here you can create your Amazon S3 in one of your logging account which you used at your organization and just send all data from all your member accounts to that Amazon S3. So here you can see you can sync inventory data collected from multiple AWS accounts or even regions to a single S3 bucket so that you will get a view or the inventory of everything into one place. So here you are just providing the sync name, that could be anything, and the bucket name. So that could be your cross account bucket that we are going to explore, like what permissions and what policies it's required, and the region. And that's it. You will just click on create. That is the only thing you have to do at all your member accounts. So when we work at the enterprise level, we use the AFT and some kind of automation is always in place. So using that automation, it's very easy to scale, like just create resource data sync across all your member accounts. So before you create resource data syncs, what is the requirements? You need to create the bucket name. The bucket. So for that, so here you can see that I have created this bucket. This is the normal bucket and it is not the public bucket. The main important thing that it's need is the bucket policy. So what is the requirement? So if you think from that perspective, all your member accounts should able to put something into this account, into this bucket. And what permission it's required? Because only SSM thing, right? It's not that any user or any IAM role is doing anything. It is the SSM thing that SSM policies that you required, so that when it is running, it should be able to send data to this bucket. So here you can see that principal is my SSM Amazon, because that is the required, because the principal is SSM. And here you can see that it is first getting the bucket ACL and then the bucket delivery. So put object. So here you can see this is my bucket name and the conditions, which is very important. Again, why this is very important? First, I don't want to hard code all my member accounts. I want it to be an automated way. So here source org ID. So this is your organization ID. So it would be always one organization ID. And here you are giving bucket owner full control and string like. So what is putting the data? The resource is the resource data sync and your name of your resource data syncs that you have created. So that is the only thing that is required to have that permission in place. And for the bucket policy, we always want to be restrictive as well. So it is, you can see that it is not widely open. Only this particular data sync can put the data into this S3 bucket. So you created this bucket, simple, nothing else is there. Now this resource data sync, like you can see that I have created it, and this particular data sync it is automatically running, like you don't have to do anything. As soon as any scan or anything runs, this automatically gets data and send data to that S3 bucket. So here you can see it's simple. This is the name and it is sending data here. Simple, nothing else. Now how this resource data sync is running, if you go to your state manager, like I ran this scan. So generally when you create these associations, you will schedule it, right? Like runs once a day or anything. So whenever it runs, it generates data and that resource data sync runs and send data to S3 bucket. So you can just run this apply association now. So I mean, you won't be able to see anything like what is running, but once that is done, and if you go to the object, so now this is the important part. So here you can see that you should be able to see the data of all your EC2 instances. So here you can see right now it is showing me 4th July 9 a.m. But I just run this also. So you will see the timestamp updated, or if it is the new instance, you would see the new JSON file also. So just wait for a couple of minutes for that. But I just wanted to talk about how these objects are. So if you go to the AWS System Manager metadata, so you can see what all data it collects, and if you are looking for the informations, you will get everything there. So like metadata collected by the inventory, like your instance information, the which we are looking is compliance, patch compliance, compliance item, and all those things. So if you are looking like what kind of data is coming, you can follow this document and check what is coming or not. Okay. So that is you see it here in the objects. So you will get the all the information for your EC2 instances. Now let's just see how does it work. Yeah. So here you can see the timestamp again updated, right? So it means my scanning is running and it gets updated. So now here this is how, like, and you can see that it is automatically managed properly. So here you are seeing one account. When you have multiple accounts, you will get the list in the multiple accounts as well. Same thing happens for the compliance summary as well. So now you can use this data. So this particular bucket has all data and it is in the JSON format, right? So now in my company, I have used Splunk for the reporting. So whenever the data is coming here from S3 bucket, it is going to the Splunk, and then I created the reporting to check the compliance data for each of the instances per account level. So that is the major part. Like people use so many things for the scanning, for getting the data, for the reporting, but this is very useful, and even it has no price associated, like the cost, it is very minimal. Like you can see when the data is transferring from one account to another, but it is very small data as well. So you can say the cost is negligible. Like you can see the size of the files. So it's very negligible. And to make sure that this bucket is not increasing, you can set the retention, because you don't need 30 days old data and all those stuff. So you can remove the data as well. So I think that is for the resource data sync. It's very simple to configure, and this is how you can get data at one place and then use it for any kind of reporting you wanted to use. Now in my next video, we are going to learn how we are going to patch the system. We have learned how to do the scanning and how we can do the reporting. Now we are going to learn the patching. Thank you.